Da 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 No. Ah.
Roller initiative.
Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Heist. I am joined by Josh playing. Who are you playing?
Fenn.
Yeah, not Ox.
Yeah.
Ben playing. Ben playing.
He's waiting for you
That's
to
a
say.
cue.
He's trying to see if you remembered the character name.
I've got them in front of me. Ode,
Oh.
I reckon. Yeah.
Oddie.
Oddie. Odd.
He is pretty odd.
And Martin, who talked before he was technically allowed to, playing Aldred. Gilbert can't make it and is likely to be dropping out of the campaign. But in the fiction, he's still there in the warehouse. Say hi, everybody.
Forever.
Yeah, that's it. It's just going to be down there. That's just how we'll roll. Say hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
I like it.
Greetings.
So thank you very much. If you're watching this live, excellent, great. If you are watching this on YouTube, excellent, great. You can find other content on our YouTube channel. Just search for Mostly Off Topic, I think. We have the Titles and Troubles stream, which is a higher level Dungeons and Dragons kind of domain level game that we're playing. And we also have this, which is running through Dragon Heist. And currently the characters are all level 2. Yeah. Oh, Paul. Pat them on the head, that kind of thing. So what happened last time was an interesting question. Last time the PCs, the player characters, had visited the Yawning Portal and attracted the attention of Volotham Geddarm due to their heroics in defending the patrons from a troll that had arisen from Undermountain. A troll in Waterdeep? My goodness me. Carnage. Which is exactly what happened to the troll, as it happens. They were asked by Volotham, who was rather embarrassed that his friend Floon had got lost in the city after a bit of a drinking session. We're talking kind of like going out, starting about 11, kind of getting out, staying out to the early hours of the morning. If it was me, I'd have fallen asleep about 1 in the afternoon. But no, they pushed on through. In any case, the player characters have travelled to some of the less savoury areas of Waterdeep in search of Floon.
Best areas.
The less savoury areas.
The best areas.
Or the best areas if you're owed. These areas are like the heavy armour of Waterdeep. 10 dragons had attracted their interest, and a promise of 100 dragons more had held their interest. They'd seen scenes of the green gang versus the red gang, and they'd learned that the greens went by the symbol of a flying snake, and the reds went by a circle with 10 spokes radiating from it. Following Floon's trail to the skewered dragon, they'd spoken to the barman Crackpot, who had pointed them in the direction... I don't know, it's just the way which he went. They pointed them in the direction of a warehouse under the sign of the Flying Snake. There they disturbed a nest of Kenku. Nest because they're birds, Kenku are. So there you go, look at that. On the ball. And they had freed Raynor Neverember, estranged son of the previous Open Lord. Raynor confided that his father had embezzled 500,000 dragons from the city and hidden it somewhere within Waterdeep. Only the Stone of Gore, a magical artifact, knew the location of the gold, and he suspected that he'd been kidnapped by the Zentarim because they thought he knew the location of the loot. The Xanathar's Guild, he said, had then jumped the Zentarim, and in the confusion he'd escaped, but his friend Floon had been mistaken for him, he reckons, and taken down into the sewers. The player characters need to head into the sewers post-haste to rescue the captive. Raynor had said he would turn the Kenku into the city watch, and Gilbert has decided to stay with his friend Raynor, thus getting himself deleted from my combat tracker.
Narrative.
That's all right then.
Okay, so so therefore the question is, kind of what do you guys want to do? That is the question.
We had to follow them into sewers, apparently.
Yeah.
Follow the yellow signs in the sewers.
Everybody make perception checks. Let's start there, shall we?
Should we
Roll
Oh, by the way,
proper dice.
guys. By the way, I remain on non-alcoholic beer, low alcoholic beer.
Official sponsor.
Don't get drunk, and it's only 24 calories in a can. What's not to
Do you
like?
And it
Do you
tastes
want-
good.
It
do you want us
tastes
to
good.
roll on fancy?
Yeah, please, yeah.
There you go.
What are we rolling? Perception.
Oh wait, that's
Perception.
initiative.
Yeah. Which may follow, but let's get some perception done first.
That would have been a good roll too.
Why my perception come up?
No perception from me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh!
90 plus thing.
Jeez.
Fenn, you hear kind of activity outside, kind of like whispered shouts, if that makes sense. You know, sort of actually kind of like, "Go, you go over there! Are you over there?" On the count
Outside
of
the
three.
warehouse.
Outside of the warehouse, yeah.
Oh shit.
We better relay that test then.
Guys, someone's about to burst in here, or a group are about to burst in here. We should probably.
As they burst in, we
Yes.
burst out.
I will ready in action to throw a firebolt at anyone who comes in the door as long as they don't look like a guard. I know, a city watchman.
Okay. What's everybody else doing?
We should probably go around the side entrance, that door, and try and sneak out that way if they burst in the main
Yeah.
door.
Okay, you guys making what? You trying to sneak out? Make stealth checks.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Are we trying to sneak out?
Well, these guys are kind of like hiding around the door, aren't they?
Okay.
I don't want, yeah. I'd rather reveal myself on my own terms than be spotted.
My own terms. Please sign this contract for me to reveal myself. Okay, cool. And I will decide what that means.
He's wearing a trench coat with nothing underneath.
Does
Both-
the stream say what we roll?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
That's the reason for rolling in fantasy grounds primarily. So you're kind of like tucked away, hidden away. Aldred is ready to blast anything that doesn't look official. The doors burst open, and kind of you do see Waterdeepian guards, the watch, kind of come racing in. They've got the weapons drawn. One of them's got a big shield, smashes to kind of like the door and puts his shoulder to it. He kind of goes straight through. Neverember and the Kenku are kind of like tucked at the back as well, and he's got the rapier against the Kenku. And the guards kind of spew out. They have not seen you, Fenn or Ode, but they've seen you. Stop! Stop in the name of the watch! They shout at you, Aldred and Raynar.
I'm glad I wasn't prepared to shoot you guys.
They're glad too. It's a caster! It's a caster! Take him out! They're like, they all kind of like,
He's casting a spell! He's casting a spell!
kill him! Kill him! No, they're like, you know, you're like in a pose, ready to cast a spell.
Yeah, but the second I see them, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but their response is, he's a caster, go get him. And they like race across the ground, and they're going to try to grapple you.
How dare they?
You going to resist?
Oh, do we sneak away at this point?
I mean, I'm in a like limp, I'm threatening stance at this point, so I doubt I'm prepared for it.
Okay, they kind of basically grapple you, grab you, kind of one's holding your arms in like that, and the other's trying to kind of manacle you behind. You all see a captain of the City Watch. You recognise his livery very easily. He walks in behind. It's a kind of dark coloured individual. Looks pretty stern. Raynar Neverember steps forward. So he's Captain Staggett, and you see the captain's face kind of like little bit of confusion, and then a slightly resigned look as his evening's just got a little bit more complicated than it was before. This man is with me. He saved me, and the kind of guard kind of put you down, Aldred, a little bit more, but they're still quite cautious. They cast their eyes across to the scenes of the battle and the dead bodies that were lined up against the wall. Are you doing anything, Fenn and Ode?
Let's wait out.
Yeah, we're just like sat by we're just sat looking like chilled out and relaxed. So when they look around, we're just like, like almost like we were sat there just having a fag kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
All right, what's going on?
What's that? And kind of some guards swing around to confront you. Everybody just calm down a little bit, Raynar says. Come on, Captain, call your men back. And Captain says that it looks like there's been some trouble here. We're attending on the basis that there was sounds of battle from within. Can you explain this, Raynar, Lord Neverember? Raynar sets forward and says, these men have rescued me. I was attacked by the red and the green gangs, and the captain kind of like nods. But these individuals, there's been no crimes committed here, or if the crimes were committed, then they were in defence and proportionate. Everybody then just calms down a little bit. The captain and Lord Neverember can talk off in a quiet corner. Does anybody want to do anything?
How many guards are there?
There are a dozen guards and the captain.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Through all the melee and various spells being cast, we did manage to capture one of the Kenku that had taken Lord Neverember captive.
Yeah, they kind of like nod. They're waiting for the conversation between Neverember and the captain to kind of finish, and they're very much on guard. The captain shouts out, "It's okay, man. That's Lord Eltorchul there as well." Gilbert has likewise been kind of apprehended, and their two men.
What other crimes?
We've got a prisoner. Let's get Jack and John get prepared to take the prisoner. And they kind of march over to the Kenku. The captain comes over and says, "What's the story then? What's your story, my Lord Eltorchul?"
Well, originally the plan was to follow up on missing, what I assume is a commoner. We were looking for a gentleman called Floon, and through a fortunate circumstance, we found Lord Neverember in his place.
Okay. Well, that's good then.
Seems rather unfortunate if you ask me.
Nobody was asking you, I don't think. They kind of talking to the lords.
Do you need any other statement?
No. I just want you to be aware. He kind of hands you across a folded code legal. What you have done here would have been a crime if it hadn't been to rescue a wrongfully imprisoned prisoner, but you're best not to meddle in criminal matters. Leave this dirty business to the City Watch. Now, not all City Watch officials are as nice as me, so I'd have been within my rights to take you in.
Well, we appreciate the leniency.
He kind of looks at you and stares at you a little bit. Do I know you from anywhere, Half-Orc?
I don't think so.
You know he's certainly kind of like, been the other side of the jail bars when you've been incarcerated. The good side, depending upon your viewpoint. The not incarcerated side of the jail.
Play the race card and you'll be like, you think all of us look the same.
Narrows his eyes a little bit. Right, keep the blood off the streets, okay? Now out. This is a crime scene and I need to get it investigated.
Sure. Right away, sir.
Neverember. I'm going to stay here and just talk with the captain. Clearly I'm not Floon, so you know what you need to do, he says to you guys.
Find Floon.
Just keep the blood off the streets. That's what the city watchman says, and you kind of like get frosty gazes from the city watch as you kind of like leave the warehouse out into the dark alley of Dock Ward.
Before we leave, could I say to the guards, if any crimes were committed here, it was all him, and point at Gilbert and leave.
Yeah. Gilbert protests his innocence, but they reckon he protests it too much. Who thinks he does protest too much? Okay. So you're out into the cold air of the streets.
As soon as we're out of earshot, I'm like, so keep the blood off the streets.
That mean we can keep it in the sewers?
Oh, that, but I'm wondering if I can still freeze people.
We need to find Floon fairly quickly. It's probably...
Yes. Let's make our way to the nearest sewers. Do you know? Do you guys know where that is?
I know some entrances.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly a few nearby.
Yeah, you know a few nearby.
Worse for wear?
Sorry?
Anyone looking a bit worse for wear?
Fenn looks a little bit worse for wear.
I've lost.
4 HP.
He's got a few marks where I think he got caught by arrows.
Yeah.
A few knocks, nicks.
How many spell slots you got left?
That's my last one.
Oh.
So. Oh, you didn't click it on me, but shall I just put myself back on full then?
Yeah, do that.
Yourself up on.
Oh yeah, I'm on full.
Okay.
Thank you. Cheers,
You're
pal.
welcome.
So what do you intend to do, guys?
We need to get a move on. If we want to catch them, like,
Yeah.
well, we're presuming that they left with Floon fairly recently, if we're going to pursue them right now. That's the vibe we got last time, wasn't it? So if we act fast, hopefully we'll catch them.
Is there any... I suppose it might not be much use looking for tracks outside of here. Leading anywhere. Them guards all tramping away and we've destroyed all evidence.
Yeah,
Well,
after we get down in the sewers.
Yeah, so Fenn, you know the way down to the sewers, and one of the things that the Kenku was saying was follow the yellow marks.
Yeah.
So
Let's look for some yellow marks then.
So we'll need to light up something because we won't be able to... I mean, you guys will see in the dark, but you won't be able to see colour.
follow the yellow signs in the sewers was what you said.
Yeah, but we'll need a light source to see the colours.
Or to see.
Yeah, in my case anyway. So
We're fine.
I mean, you won't see the colours, though, is the only thing.
I thought Half-Orcs had great dark vision.
Yeah, but you see in a
Still
grayscale.
It's on monochrome. Yeah.
So let's light up a... Do I have a lantern on me? Or I know I have torches.
You probably have to carry a torch around in the night anyway in Waterdeep. I'd have thought the guard would think you're suspicious for not walking around with one.
Paul's objecting. Super hard.
Most of Waterdeep is well lit.
Okay.
Dock Ward isn't so much because people steal the lights.
Yeah.
And they pride themselves on being not the worst anymore. But I mean, after all this, I'm hardly convinced. The Field Ward is allegedly the worst.
Aldred, do you remember whether those Kenku said to follow the yellow signs in the sewers or follow the yellow signs to the sewers?
I'm fairly certain it was in the sewers.
In the sewers, right. Well, I know the way to the sewers, so once we get in, keep your eye out.
Let's go. I will follow your lead.
Okay.
We montage to the sewers.
Yeah, you montage to the sewers. You kind of head a little bit into kind of Dock Ward, down one alley, duck another alley. Kind of have a little look around. Don't see anybody. It's kind of like a iron grating on the floor. Kind of pop it into the sewers. You go. The sewers are unlit, as you would imagine.
I will light a... Do I have a torch?
Yeah, it is gagging down here. It is. It smells like. It smells like shit, on account of it mostly being piss, with shits floating in.
Oh, it smells like you down here, Ode.
I resent that remark.
There's a putrid stream kind of like flowing down the sewer tunnel. On the sewer you can go left or you can go right. And in one direction you see a tiny symbol drawn on the wall with what looks to be some kind of chalk. It's about a palm-sized circle with 10 equidistant spokes radiating out from its circumference. Very similar to some of the tattoos that you've seen around here.
Oh, of the Red Gang.
What lights do you guys have anyway? I've got a hooded lantern with some oil.
Oh, give me that then, and I'll hold it. But I want to be in the middle. I'm not going to the front.
Yeah, could I have a marching order, please?
Yeah. Actually, the person at the front take the lantern.
Technically, who's the tank then?
It's not you or me.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure it's you.
Probably me.
I think it is probably you, Fenn.
And I'm probably the most observant, so I'll go to the front.
Yeah.
So, Fenn, you have an AC of 14 and a perception of 16. Ode has an AC of 13 and a perception of 13. So, yeah, you win on that.
Yeah.
One on both fronts.
Yeah. And you've got more hit points. You are basically a natural born tank. I don't know what you're on about. I don't know what you're complaining about.
Just take a dodge action. Just say you're ready a dodge action for when suspicious things happen.
Okay, so you head in the direction of the symbol, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. There's no way not to walk in the crap. You start off trying to, dodge and kind of like walk with your legs astride the flow. But very soon, kind of like your shoes, your feet, the bottom of your legs, any robes that kind of come past or down to your knees are kind of getting flecked in it. Aldred, you're kind of like walking along, and because the soles of your shoes aren't that thick, because you kind of like got reasonably good soft kind of quality stuff, you actually feel it squelch as your toes kind of like dig into the poo a little bit, and kind of up, and you kind of like rub it, and all it does is it just smears it. More than anything else.
I'm walking behind Ansel, I pat him on the shoulder to give him some encouragement, but it's just not helpful. As I'm like, this builds character, Aldred.
Yeah,
I get the hang of it.
I would pat you on the shoulder, but it's also the hand he used to pick up something he dropped. So you're not convinced. Not convinced that was exactly
welcome
correct.
to the lower classes, Aldred.
This robe is ruined.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to take a bit of my sleeve, cut it off, douse it in wine, and tie it round my face.
Okay, yeah. So Aldred steps and kind of like tries to get himself drunk.
No, just so I don't have to smell the shit anymore. So I'm trying to overpower it with some wine-soaked cloth.
Yeah. Gung juice that you got from the skewered dragon. And you kind of wend and you wind, and every time there's a decision point, you kind of see one of these symbols on the walls. A couple of points you see a different symbol as well, which is like a dot with 3 kind of like tentacles that come off it within a triangle. And this confuses you slightly because it's clearly very different from what you've seen before, and there's a lot less of those. But you kind of stick to your guns and keep following. And you don't know what colour it is. It looks a little bit darker than the yellow, but it's a bit unclear. It takes you about an hour of following these signs through the tunnels, and you come to a 3-way intersection, and there's a ladder that leads up into a stone shaft that's capped by one of the circular metal covers. And there's one of the familiar kind of chalk symbols marked on the wall nearby. And floating near the symbol is a spherical creature, about a grapefruit size. It's got a bulging central eye and 4 stumpy eye stalks, and it bares its teeth at you like that.
What? Is it made of metal?
No, so there's a stone shaft leads upwards, and that's capped by a circular metal cover, and then there's a really small, about a grapefruit-sized creature it's got a central eye and 4 stalks, kind of like a very mini beholder, and it kind of it's looking at you, and it's got its bare teeth looking at you. Can everybody roll me some initiatives? There isn't actually a map for this, but I'm not gonna worry too much about that.
I'm in the middle. Character sheet.
Well, I got last.
Not by
terrible.
much, though.
They were all terrible.
A shame I didn't keep my initiative from the
Well,
first.
I got the highest there. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but none of us are going before this
No,
thing.
you
I don't
aren't.
think.
No, absolutely not. You are not going before this thing. So you're at the front, aren't you, Fenn?
Yep.
And it decides it's gonna have a go at you.
Of course.
Well, why not? Okay. It kind of flies over and it takes a bite at you. Ooh, hold on a minute. I'm gonna need to expand this out. I think if I do it like that. Yep, and it hits you. And it does 1 point of damage.
Oh.
That would have killed a lesser squirrel.
Are you calling me a greater squirrel?
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. So Ode, yes. You next.
Well, it's just attacked Fenn. I'm going to plunge a rapier into it.
Oh, I've been attacked by a sewer pigeon.
Okay, yes, I like that. Sewer pigeon.
Use combat tracker.
Yeah, just drop the dice onto the combat tracker. I think it's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Just don't target us. Nice.
Yeah, okay, so the Fenn, Ode darts past you, Fenn, kind of comes around the side and swings at it with, what do you swing with?
A rapier.
Okay, cool. Stabs it with his rapier.
Oh, it's wounded.
Yeah, slicing into it quite badly, actually.
Shish kebab.
Okay.
Is that your turn done? Cool.
Yeah.
Then
Aldred.
I am going to drop a frostbite on it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it!
Okay. Anything else?
I will try and maneuver my way further away from this creature, if at all possible.
It's quite hard because one, you want to stay in the light, and also you back yourself down the tunnel. That's pretty much what you could do. What's the your movement further down the tunnel?
I'll just take another healthy 10 feet or 15 feet so that they'll get a attack of opportunity if it runs past.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, and done.
I'm going to just draw my cutlass and just whack it. Get off me!
Yeah.
Nice.
Like a naughty puppy.
You get your sneak attack damage too because you got an ally.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. That's that.
Eviscerated.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
they go
it's
on the death
just,
saves as well. Wow.
you can do, but I don't tend to. So it is deaded.
I assume that was the guard dog.
Mm-hmm.
Someone might know we're here.
Naughty puppy.
Oh, can I do an Arcana check so that we know what that thing is
Yeah,
in
go
world?
for it.
Skills. Oh, go away, combat tracker. This is probably going to fail. I've got a +5.
Oh.
Whew.
Oh, okay. So you recognise that as a gazer, which is a very small beholderkin. It's got kind of limited magic from its eyes, and usually they're in service to larger, more powerful creatures or beholders. Possibly it came through came out of Undermountain, it's not unusual, or entered the sewers in some way and kind of got itself down here.
So, am I right in saying does my character know that these things are created, or is there some other means they can come about into the world?
That
Like
role, you'll know that they're created. Yeah, you'll know they're created.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is troublesome. There might be a powerful magister responsible for creating this thing.
Yeah, you must have attended a lecture at some point on the gazers and their ecology. Okay. You what are you doing, guys?
We'll follow these signs. So does that ladder lead up to the grate? I suppose I have to go up and try and.
So the ladder leads up to the grate, but the sign is kind of on one of the tunnels just opposite you.
So it's a different way.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting the shit out of my shoes first.
The shoes are shit.
Yeah, they're ruined now.
They are ruined.
Yeah, so you think that you would need to continue down the sewers. You don't think it's heading up into the ladder.
Okay.
Oh, is there anything of value here, or is this a checkpoint, or what's the purpose of this place?
It's just another entrance.
Yeah. It doesn't look it doesn't look particularly different than any other kind of junction that you've been to.
Should we check this junction, see where it is? In case we need to return this way. Lift the grate, just see where we are. And then
and then we can escape out of this way and find. Yeah, do that. Have an inconspicuous peek upwards and see if there's anywhere we can hide if we need to run back up this way.
Who's going upwards?
I'll go upwards.
Okay, so Fenn, you head up. You kind of put your shoulder to the grate. It moves. It can't be very frequently opened because it takes a little bit to kind of get it going. You open it out and you gaze up with your dark vision into what looks to be a cellar, probably of some kind of inn. There's a cold store which has got a load of ice in with meats and whatnot resting over there. Not unusual. And there's a few barrels of kind of wine-sized barrels, beer ale-sized barrels. And you can hear a raucous noise from above of clientele being served and banging on the table and such like. It sounds more of a raucous tavern than a genteel inn.
Do I know this tavern?
You don't really know the cellar of whatever tavern this might be. If you go up, you might find out which it is, but it's a cellar much like all other cellars as far as you can tell at the moment.
Well, on the plus side, you found a place you can break in and steal stuff now.
Well, let's go up.
You don't see a poncy looking blonde-haired guy, do you?
Oh, there are three of them.
Floon?
Flenn, and Floon.
They're his brothers.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll come back down. I'll lower it back down, and I'll come back down the ladder and be like, it's a tavern. Don't know which one, but I'm definitely coming back here.
Okay. So you carry on down the tunnel. It takes about another 5 minutes, and you come to a three-way junction. You're coming from kind of like the east, and there's a tunnel that goes up to the right, and there's a tunnel that goes down. A tunnel that goes to the north, and a tunnel that kind of goes to the south, or to the right and to the left as you are. And you can see it expands out into a circular hub, and there's a pair of kind of slits carved into the outer walls directly across from each other, and there's a stone door set into the back wall on a ledge across the path to the west. Can everybody make me perception checks, please?
This sounds like an adventure room in a crystal maze. Oh yeah, perception. I'm rolling a proper dice.
In fact, no, Fenn, you just make me a perception check. You're first, aren't you?
It doesn't matter for me anyway.
Well, only 11.
Okay, yeah, cool. So that's the scene that you kind of see as you're out there. And you can see a stone door, as I say, set into the back wall of a stone ledge across the path from where you are. And if you imagine that you're kind of like walking down these tunnels and the sewage gathers at the bottom of it, this ledge is slightly raised so it's outside of the sewers, and it goes back about 5 foot, and the doorway is in that.
Do we see any...
Go on, sorry.
Do we see any recently trodden shitty footsteps that come out of the disgusting stuff?
Make a perception check.
Okay. No, that's nature. Wait, have I got the right one? Let's find out. 13.
No, you don't see anything that looks like that. I mean, the whole thing's a bit grotty, to be honest. But there's no kind of like clear steps or anything along those lines.
Is there any more symbols around on the walls?
There are not.
No. I assume we have to get through this stone door.
Let's take a closer look.
So, is it like a round? Is the door the other side of this area?
Yes.
Then we can't just like walk over to it.
Oh, you can walk over to it, yeah.
Okay.
Then let's do that in our formation.
Okay.
There's 2 slits though. Careful what you're standing on.
Okay.
Walk carefully.
Okay.
I shall.
So can I have...
Uh-oh.
some initiative rolls, please?
Oh my god, it's terrible again.
Yeah, so's mine. That's decent. So me and Fenn are like having a like exchange. Watch carefully. I will. Be careful. I shall.
Well, I don't think I cleared the. I should have probably cleared the comment. So let's just go down to here. So you start walking across to a ledge area. So let's just do this then. So you guys. Right, this worked last time I did this.
Something we haven't spotted, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Oh. I remember the very first encounter of some new players I got. I rolled a nat 20 on the crocodile stealth check, so there's no way it could have seen them, and it nearly dragged and killed one of the players like, immediately.
So let me share that.
Oh.
High treason.
So Fenn, you are kind of like there. Aldred, were you in the middle? Yeah.
Yep.
You're like there, and Erd, you're bringing up the rear. Probably more there.
Did you scan this in?
No.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it looked very well drawn.
Yeah, no, I drew it. Or it comes with the Fancy Grounds Adventure that you can like buy. So so you can see the door there. So as you move forward and you get to about there, some arrows come out of these slits here. So I'll do a surprise round essentially. So that is going to go and try and hit you. An arrow comes. Oh, great!
Oh, it didn't crit, did it? Oh
It
no!
did.
Oh, what? Oh, fuck's sake.
Ow!
Oh.
Out of that area, and you hear the sniggering of a couple of goblins, and then unfortunately this one's going to have another go at you. The other one takes a go at you, Fenn, but misses.
Oh.
So let's now hit initiative order, which is Ode. hold on, let me just cycle back around through this. So top of the round, Ode. So you've heard Fenn cry out in anguish, and you hear the unmistakable. Do you speak Orcish?
I do.
Is it not Goblin they speak?
I'm going to say they speak in Orcish.
Okay.
I'm going to shout.
Do you speak Goblin? Do you speak humanoid language?
That's a very good question. Let's have a look at my language.
Tell you
Being your
what,
abilities.
they
I speak
say.
common and Orc.
They say.
Common, Elvish, and Sylvan.
They say. That.
I can't read that. Is that
I
in
can't
Goblin?
read it
That
either.
is in Goblin. Yeah. You watch the stream and you'll find out what it says. Okay, so Ode, and you can just about make these creatures out. They've got 3/4 cover.
Oh, good. Well, I can see at least one of them. Can I squeeze past Fenn? Was it Aldrin?
Aldred.
Yeah. To get to the one goblin in front of me. Also, I've got so many windows in the way. I also say this.
I can't read that.
Good. Because it's in deep speech.
I like it. Yeah. Okay.
So, are you happy for me to move through?
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
Through.
How do you change your language? You speaking?
There's a little drop-down box at
yeah.
top of the chat button.
Mine doesn't work. Oh no, other comments there. Why isn't Eldon there?
Actions, there we go.
I don't know what I'm doing there.
Is it Goblin 1 or Goblin 2? Is Goblin 2?
Their AC is actually higher than what is listed there.
I lunge forward with my rapier.
Oh,
At the gap. Okay, cool. Yep. You try. Sorry? There's an arrow slit. Yeah.
Oh, I plunge my rapier through the slit.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna get you.
It ducks back, and you don't get it. Anything else?
I'd like to move to the side.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, that's it. That's
Yep.
I'll pass the thing on. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
I've got no spells left, and I can't pick anyone up if I go down.
Can I shout goddamn goblins in Orc, and then I go. We can't squeeze through the arrow slits, can we?
No, they're far too small.
You can chuck a flask of oil in there.
Yeah.
I just grab a flask of oil, chuck it in there, and I'll light it.
Just throw the lamp at it.
No, I've got a spare flask.
Okay, so we've got to be careful here, because if you're going to start chucking oil and lighting it, then things are going to do the same back to you.
I'm chucking it through that gap.
Yeah, okay. So there's an additional fire damage from the burning oil. Okay, cool. Okay, so make a ranged attack. I'll give you advantage on it because it's kind of not really expecting it, and you're pretty close to it.
Should I just roll my crossbow because that's a ranged attack?
Yeah, okay.
Which goblin is 1 and which is 2?
The bottom one is Goblin 1.
Yeah, that's Goblin 1. Okay, it kind of ducks out of the way.
Damn it.
It's covered, it's having to step back, so I'll it's having to move to like there, and seeing as you're kind of like close, you can kind of see that this opens out into a largish room, and again, Fenn, you will have seen this opens out into a largish room as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you lighting it? Are you lighting this area in front?
Yep.
Okay. With...
Tinder box.
Oh,
A
really?
tinderbox. Hold on, let me just strike a match real quick.
Yeah. So you
I
don't
think that's
really
practical.
have an... So that would be next round, because I'm going to say that
Yeah.
would be an action.
Okay.
Okay, so you're stood in front of the arrow slit, lighting it with the tinder.
I'm stood to the side and I kind of threw it in like that.
Okay, well, you're going to have to stand in
Really?
front of this gap to start to light it. You can't be at the side trying to light it.
I thought you said I had to light it next round.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but rounds are an abstraction. So essentially, you're stood in front of that trying to light it. You can't like wait for your next turn and then go in front and do it.
Would you let him throw the lantern down to light it? Would you allow him to do that?
Yeah,
you
but
don't
then
really
you're not going to be
light.
able to see.
Yeah, well, I've got torch. Do I have torches? Actually, don't do that. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
I'm just going to try to light it. I'll just be there trying to light
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Cool. Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Right. I am going to. Looks like Fenn's got a plan, so
Not really.
I'm gonna. Where would I have to be to see, just to get a line of sight, like just a little bit of
On
him?
which one?
On the one that Ode is trying to attack.
Where you are is fine.
Oh, is it? Is that not a big old like pillar in the way?
No, it's a centre, so that's like a raised centre.
Ah. Okay.
Is how I
You
read
can
it
either go
anyway.
around or trudge through shit to get to him.
Yeah.
Right. Okay then. From where I am, then I am just going to frostbite, and hopefully it'll do something. Character sheet. And that's Goblin 1, yeah?
That is Goblin 2.
Okay. Goblin 2. God damn it!
What's the save?
I think it's 13 at this point, because saves are kind of crappy, but I didn't think you'd
I
have a
mean,
good
is it a
con.
DC save? What's the save? Is that was a con?
Yeah, it's con, so I didn't expect it. Goblin had good con.
It rolled a
Can I
16.
get-
It rolled a 16.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, can I get some form of cover, or in fact, complete cover if I run back here?
Yes, yeah, you can get complete cover from back there.
I'll
Okay.
do that then.
So Goblin 1 is going to go. Are you going to move as long?
Oh yeah, sorry. Got get used to that.
So Goblin 1 is this guy, and he's just going to shoot at Fenn. And hit.
Oh,
Come on.
Oh, doing 8 points of damage.
Ben, buddy, get up!
I'm down.
Yeah, Fenn
I'm
takes
okay.
an arrow to the chest as he's trying to light this thing, kind of like smashes into him, and you hear.
Are they like really
And
max
I-
damage? That is max damage.
That is max damage.
That is
Yeah.
max damage, yeah.
Oh, should I disable the max damage add-on? And it kind of like gleefully takes its move action to dance around, kind of like in a circle. Now this next one really can't kind of get line of sight onto Ode or line of sight onto Aldred, so it does whatever it chooses to do.
Which is ready in action, I'm sure.
Quite possibly.
Is there a corridor up going north?
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Let me reveal this to yous.
Okay, no bend in the wall that I can see. Shit, how the fuck do we get in there?
Wait, I'm a half-orc. I might not be down.
Oh yeah, that's true!
Ah!
Good point.
How do I do that?
You can remain at 1 hit point. I don't know. I don't know how you'd implement that on here. Can you just modify his hit points, Paul?
Yeah.
So he'd be on 1 then.
I'm on 1. Ha
So that needs you to remove this. It needs me to remove this unconscious effect from you as well. Effects. Let me delete that. Yep. Okay. Cool.
Really long corridor.
There is this door over there that you've all seen.
Sorry?
There is that door over there as well.
Right. I'm gonna go for the door. Is it? You said it was a stone door, yeah?
It is indeed a stone door.
Hmm. Is there a handle?
There looks to be, yeah.
Well, then I will try and pull the door open.
It opens, so what's that? That's 5, 10, and then an action, so it opens out into a corridor behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
did the goblin not take a ready action then?
Well, as he kind of came past, no, he didn't.
Oh.
Okay, well, I'll move along then, since it's my turn.
Yep, okay. Fenn.
I'm going to shout, I'm not going to die to some goddamn goblin. And can I light that oil now?
Yes, you can. Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
So I will light the oil and then move out the way.
So this space here has got fire raging in it now.
I can't see that space on the map.
Is it not just the one you drew on?
Yeah, the one I just
Yeah,
drew.
there you go.
It's basically, it's a 5-foot square.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Must be a way to put markers down, but I clearly don't know it. Okay.
I'm sure you could put a
So
little
that counts
circle.
as my action.
Yep.
So then I'll just move out the way. So if I move there,
Yep.
can they not see me?
No, you're out of line of sight.
Right, I'll move there for now.
Yeah. Okay. Aldred.
Right, so I'm going to be a little more tactical here. Can I use this corner as cover and just kind of like duck out and blast a quick spell and duck back in? Can I see that goblin from here?
Which one's that one? Goblin
The goblin 2.
2. You can, but it can
Right.
also see you.
Yes, but can I use this as some semblance of cover? Just the angle we're at.
Yeah, I'll give you kind of half cover.
Cool. And let's go for the spell that's been failing me this entire time.
Uh-huh.
Ah!
Simultaneously, it has a go at you with its bow. Hitting.
Ah.
Oh,
These goblins roll high.
Yeah, they are.
You've crit twice.
That's not a crit. It wasn't an
That's
actual.
not a crit.
non-natural
Not
20.
that.
If it was a crit, I'd be in trouble.
Okay. So roll damage, I guess.
It's you
You
roll
need to
that.
roll
It's
damage.
you rolling damage.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
that's most of my health.
we're a bit spicy.
See if that had hit as well. He would have had disadvantage on the attack.
If.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I will retreat to where you can't see me.
Well, you see that Ode's opened the door.
Yeah, but I don't trust that other goblin.
Well, you've also seen that there's fire and smoke coming out of that area there.
Yeah, but he can
Yeah,
see
I'm
over
trying to
it,
flush him
right?
out.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'll move further back. That's
Yeah,
gonna
they
be
don't
my
really
turn,
have
yeah.
the ability to do anything, so that's what they're doing.
Mhm.
Okay, Ode.
So I'm going to move in.
Yep.
That's one. What else do I see? Is it just leading into that room?
Let me just do this.
Ah,
Ah. The other door, is that another stone door?
It is another stone door, yes.
I would like to open it.
Okay, you open it. It opens out into essentially this. You see a whole messy room. There's rusty weapons, threadbare clothing lit the floor. It's all kind of like strewn around like some 7-year-old boy has just got in from school and has decided he wants to go on a tablet. So it is strewn everywhere. There's like sleeves half done and half undone, shoes covered in mud, walking the way through. And then the corridor that heads up.
So
That's 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay.
5.
Yep. And then you see that corridor extends down that way.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Are you trying to do anything stealthily or anything along those lines?
Yes. So I would like to stealth.
Okay, make a stealth roll for me, please.
Stealth roll. Because I'm good at it.
Okay.
Respectable.
Yep, okay. Anything else?
I spent the entire time opening doors, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not really.
Fenn.
I will. God, I've lost my thing. I'll draw my crossbow out.
Yep.
And I'll...
What, on that blank piece of paper you've got?
I'll move here, peep into the thing and fire my crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
Straight in there. And that's Goblin 1, is it in there?
It's Goblin 2.
Goblin 2.
Goblin 2. Yes!
That's
Oh.
better.
Nice.
Good.
And then I'll move back where I came from. And I can't hear you, Paul.
Because I muted myself whilst I was eating those Pringles. Do you want to move us along?
Okay.
In fact,
Yeah.
yeah, I've done it. Okay. Aldred.
Okay. I just realised my field of vision is entirely around Fenn because he's got the lantern.
Yeah, you were carrying the lantern. You've been carrying it this entire time.
No, he gave it to you, which means
front.
yeah. So you've dropped it basically, Fenn, around about where you are.
All right. Yeah, but there's a massive glowing, burning oil patch
2, 3,
casting
4.
light.
Yeah, but it's coming through quite a narrow slit.
So
Kind of dodge action.
Can the goblin see me when I'm here?
Yeah, that's where you get half cover.
Okay. Well then, I will once again.
It will once again.
Yeah, it'll once again save. Yeah. Here we go.
No, it will shoot at you.
Oh shit.
And you're getting what, +3 to your AC? Oh,
I
hold on
think
a
it's
minute.
+2.
Oh,
Oh.
God, they're rolling 19.
Okay, what happened there?
That's goblin.
Oh,
That's
sorry. In fact,
Goblin
no, this
2.
one's unconscious, so that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
down. That one's down. Sorry, I didn't see that. Okay. So you step out there and you don't get fired on. But this, you don't see Goblin 2 either. And you can't see Goblin 1 through the smoke that's billowing out of...
Oh, that's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, you can't see it because of all the fire and the smoke that Fenn lit.
Right.
Oh, wait, roll with disadvantage because it was unconscious. Okay, that makes sense.
Roll with disadvantage because you're unconscious. Yeah, I was going to say, if that was Goblin 2, he already took that attack as well.
The
And
reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah. it had
No, Goblin 2 didn't act.
wait.
Goblin 2 didn't act last round.
He's got a crossbow bolt on his head now, though.
Oh, doesn't know that.
So if I can't see that, then I guess I'm not going to be in his field of vision. No, I'm not going to be in his field of vision anyway. I will... I've only got one more square left. I'll move last square, take the dodge action.
Well, technically, you haven't taken an action because you can't see either of the goblins to target.
That's what I'm saying, so I'm taking the dodge action.
Oh, okay. Take a dodge action there. Okay. Right. You're the next actor, but you are unconscious, and you're the
No,
next.
that's Goblin one.
Goblin one's the word.
Goblin one was next, and he was.
And the next one can't see. In any case.
Right.
So okay, Ode.
Ode is going to take a couple of steps forward.
Yep. Okay. So you see now that, and this goblin is laid with a crossbow bolt on its head.
Late to join the party, Ode.
Fenn hears, "You son of a bitch!"
That's no way to talk about my mum.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm going to go down the stairs and then take the dodge action.
Okay. Move yourself along.
You're just leaving us with this goblin here.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So you
This goblin could easily kill us both.
A long corridor leads out into a slightly larger room at the end. Okay. Fenn.
Okay. I'm pretty badly injured, and I have no potions.
So am I. We're going to need to take some more short rests because we can't keep this up. Do you have another oil flask you could throw in there?
No, I used the other one in the lantern. Or do you use a candle in the lantern? It's oil. It's an oil lantern, isn't it?
Yeah, oil lantern. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can use a candle in the wind.
Let's trick a candle at goblin. I'm trying to see this map. I don't see a door further down the corridor if I lean round that corner.
No.
Okay.
Could you do a perception check to find a way into that room, maybe?
Which room's that room?
The room with the goblin.
You can see the slit.
Yeah.
But we can't see through it anymore.
Yeah. So that is what you see.
Yeah, but can he inspect like the walls or whatever to see if there's any?
They're pretty solid walls.
Okay.
I will. It's quite a small, confined space. Can I just take a pot shot into there?
Yeah. I'll give you. It's like essentially it's invisible to you, so roll with disadvantage.
What's my combat track? Goblin.
I mean, it wasn't likely to hit to begin with, so.
Yeah.
You fire in, and you kind of like hear it scattering down. The smoke is less thick. You think, or you think the fire's probably going to burn itself out very shortly.
I'll duck back out the way and lean against the wall.
Yep. Okay. Yep.
So, can I see at all through this smoke? Like, all I would need is a glance.
No, it's too thick.
Right.
Just
I'm
fling
gonna do what Fenn did and throw a disadvantaged fireball.
Fireball.
Firebolt. Fireball would be amazing. Firebolt. Does it apply to this? I've clicked the disadvantage button. Hopefully this applies.
Yeah. It worked for me.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Hits.
Yeah, this is going to be like a 1 though. Get ready for it.
Whoa!
Oh,
Goblin down. You hear the yelps and the cries, and then the fire kind of like dies down, and you can peer in. You can see the embers burning on a goblin in there.
Success! Goddamn goblins.
So, Aldred is gonna. Are we out of combat now? Or out of initiative?
You are out of initiative, yes. So
Alright,
I don't
Aldred's
quite know
gonna run.
how to. I wonder if do you have to just close the window? Is that how it works?
Don't know.
I know I can delete these, but it kind of like keeps it as a.
Aldred runs into the dry room and he like grips the. Is it an arrow?
Yeah, I'm gonna run in there and slap against the wall and and I'm like, I'm almost dying.
Yeah, so he grips the arrow. It's like, what do I do? Do I keep it out or do I? And I'm gonna make a medicine check because he's literally never been stabbed by anything in his life, and he doesn't know what to do. I'm assuming that's a not knowing what to do still.
Yeah.
I made my way back.
Mm-hmm.
I see Fenn lying on the ground, bleeding out.
I'm up against a wall.
Fenn's looking really bad. He's like, you see him is grimacing on his orcish features.
Where the hell did you go?
I was composing. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I passed the stairs in another room. You look like shit, though. What happened to you?
Should see the other guy.
I did, you bastard.
Do I take it out or do I leave it in?
Pull it out.
I'm not sure if you do that or not.
Goblins aren't intelligent enough to use barbs. Just pull it out.
Or barbs.
Oh, so would you just be a sharpened stick then? Is that what we're saying?
Covered in sewerage.
No, it's a little bit better than that. It's a little bit better than that. But you don't think it's barbed. I mean, none of the loose ones that you kind of like get on the ground are barbed.
Okay.
I'm going to roll a deception and tell him he has to rub shit into it.
You're gonna have to roll pretty high. Go for it. You can try. Ox, how dare you do that to Darius?
But I've got an intelligence of like how high? That's
6.
Make an insight roll, Aldred.
Surely I can make a medicine check as well.
Insight roll.
With advantage.
Yeah, I'll give you the advantage.
Oh, smart.
I mean, it's a pretty.
You're getting infected.
I'm
anyway.
so exasperated. I just can't even find the skills. Right. Advantage. Ooh, I don't like that. The advantage turns red. You think it'd be green?
Nice, buddy.
Yeah, no, you buy it. You're completely hook, line, sinker a couple of angry times.
Do you know what? He doesn't trust Fenn either.
No.
So between his brother.
So the insight roll was more to. So clearly, it's false, but actually, the insight was to Fenn knows it's not true as well. So that's the purpose of the insight roll, was to establish the fact that Fenn was acting in bad faith towards you, not whether it was true or not.
I do wink really poorly.
He does do a wink really poorly, but he does a really poor imitation of a really poor wink, if you see what I mean. It's like a bad actor acting badly.
Okay, and I'm gonna intimidate with a held firebolt spell, because that's clearly the better of the two I have.
I could I mage hand the arrow out?
Oh
no, apparently I'm not very intimidating when I'm bleeding out as well. So I've got a very pain-stricken face as I'm trying to intimidate you.
I would come back in and we're basically having an argument.
Not having an argument. This is like top-line bants.
We're just tripping on pain. That's what we're doing.
So I need to wrap this up. And I start ripping the other sleeve of like a lot of the other sleeve of my arm, and tie it round after removing the arrow bolt.
Okay.
String. I've got some string.
Oh, you're taking the arrow bolt out?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I cauterize the wound with a cigarette?
No.
That would be torture. Let's not forget. Let's not move away from that. Okay.
Right. And I need to rest.
I've got an arrow. I've probably got an arrow stuck in my lung. It killed me in one hit. And I'm just going to sleep it off, because that's how it works.
Well, test your wounds like a normal person.
Yeah, I'm going to have a half an hour nap, and it'll have healed me.
It'll be an hour. It's an hour.
Yeah, it's an hour. Are you taking a short rest? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we're gonna block the doors. We're gonna listen. You said there was clutter, so we'll close that door and put the clutter in front of it. So if anyone opens it, we'll hear the clutter going, and then we will.
Right. So you need to, when you say that door, which door is that door?
The stone one we came in.
The stone one we came in.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll put all the clutter at that door, and then we'll ask Ode, because he's the best off, just to sit. In fact, he's not even hurt. We'll ask Ode to look down that hallway while we take a breather.
Yeah. Okay. So let me get this right. So you guys are like lurking as far back there as you can, and you put in Ode on watch, here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're having an hour's rest.
Yeah.
Let me just check what the duration of an oil lantern is. No reason.
Oh yeah. But I'm fine. I can still see.
So it's this 6 hours.
Oh, that's fine.
That's okay.
I'm going to retrieve a few arrow bolts, and hopefully I can light them for some period of time with.
Imagine if Aldred's like half drifted in and out of sleep, and the oil lamp goes out. He'll think he's actually dying.
Okay, so you guys are taking a short rest. So there is some rest functionality here. Oops,
Yes.
I didn't think I meant to do
Can
that.
we roll our hit dice?
Yeah. So I think if I hit this button here, you can take a short rest, and it kind of like does stuff.
Party is taking short rest. So can we pick up our hit dice and throw them into the chat now?
I assume so. Yeah.
All right, let's try that. So I've got 2 of these. So 1. Oh, that's terrible. And 2. That's not as bad. Oh, so I've taken 2 damage. Yeah, things could be worse. Oh, actually, an hour as well.
Oh wow.
When I spend a short rest, I get to do wizard
You get the
stuff.
spell back.
Yeah. So whatever anybody wants to do. Doesn't a bard give benefits on a short rest as well?
Oh yeah, he's got the Song of Healing.
I'm full health anyway. My constitution's massive.
Yeah, he's got a healing song.
But in that time, Ode has written a song.
in that time.
Yeah, in that time.
What's the title of the song?
It's currently a work in progress. It's either called Two Goblins or The Party. And it goes, 2 goblins tried to ambush them. They did not get too far.
I mean, they did.
2 of the party was truly fucked. They had run right out of luck until a rather handsome bard who did not find it hard to save their lives and then took watch before another botch.
I don't remember you fighting any of those goblins.
And here, everybody, we find the birth of fake news in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
But take a point of inspiration, Ode.
Oh crap! We had inspiration that entire time as well.
Do we?
Yeah.
I do as well. Yeah.
I don't know.
We had this conversation at the end of the last session, being like, man, we really should have used that inspiration.
I honestly.
Oxford inspiration for about 20 episodes.
Yeah. Well, I don't. I wonder if I can move that. Can I unlock that part of the screen? I don't know if.
I'm under the impression, because I'm a part of Whispers, that most Ode songs are all going to be slander. Just painting himself in good light and everyone else is bastards.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you kind of rest in there, and kind of nothing of any note happens as you're rested. How did you get the wizard thing where you recover a?
Yes, at 2nd level you get Arcane Recovery, so I've got 1 spell slot back.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
That's good.
I mean, not really. It's better than not.
And have we applied Song of Rest? Is that something that we're doing? Well, you did do the song there, though it seems to have taken the D6 health off everybody as they jump up and start to pummel you for fake news.
Yeah, if you do it, I might heal the full health.
I'm full health.
Yeah, there's no downside to doing it.
Other than making noise.
Those who have used hit die get an extra 1d6 at the end of a rest.
Yeah, it'll make some noise, but I'm assuming he's doing it quietly.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Well, I'm almost at full health. What do I go and edit that manually? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is next?
I guess we follow. We need to look around for some more of these yellow signs.
Oh, I'm going to take the lantern, by the way, because that was definitely an issue last combat.
Well, I've got a candle, so yeah, that's good.
The candle only lights about 5 foot, doesn't it?
Yeah, about that.
We've still got the lantern. It lasts 6 hours.
Yeah, but 2 hours have ticked by is the only thing.
Yeah, you've still got 4 hours left.
Yeah.
Can I look around to see if down any of these little corridors that we've gone, or back down on the main corridor, whether there's any yellow these symbols?
No, but you're out of the kind of like main sewers area here.
Oh, okay. So maybe this is where it led.
Was there a yellow symbol or bit of paint outside that door that we went through?
Yes.
Okay, so this must be the right way then.
We'll follow your stairs that you discovered then, Ode.
Okay, do you want to move yourselves?
Okay.
Should we search this dead goblin?
I mean, he probably just has a bow and some wooden arrows.
It has a bow, and he has 6 copper pieces.
I give him a swift kick in the head.
He has 6 copper pieces and a swift kick in the head.
And pocketing 6 copper pieces.
Mm-hmm. It's 6 quid. It's 6 quid.
Is now a good time to cast Mage Armor? I'll leave it.
So Ode, are you taking point, Ode?
Yeah, I think so.
So this room contains 6 tattered straw-stuffed mattresses. You have a quick look through, but you can't find anything of any great value. It's all like covered in shit. Basically, it's not great quality. It's not particularly good. Make perception checks, everybody, as you enter.
Yeah, I was going to say, in light of these beds, I'm going to.
I was going to say we could have had a more comfortable rest on this.
No, I want to take a readied action to blast anything that looks goblinoid.
Okay.
Where's the initiative gone? There he is. Oh, dropped it too early. There we go. Oh, we're a bit more alert now. Oh no, it's wrong thing.
So this is a really thin wooden door, kind of like down in that bottom corner. And you hear a gruff voice say this.
What language is it in? Or
That's not any
was it undercommon? I should. Oh, I got it!
Anyone understand?
So I go. Shh. There's someone up ahead. 2 people arguing.
What are they arguing about?
Doing.
Who's going to pull an arrow out?
A what?
They're blocking the door. They're blocking the door right now. Attack.
Kick it down.
Okay, you're kicking it down, are you?
Is it a door that is kickable, or is it a sliding door?
It looks kickable. 2 seconds though. I need to get.
I inflict door damage on.
Who's kicking the door down? Sorry, let's.
That's not gonna be me.
I'll kick it down.
Okay. So do you want to move yourself next to that door then?
It's gonna bloody explode, isn't it? Yep.
And oh shit! Sorry. What I wanted to do was this. let's roll initiatives. In fact, I've rolled everybody's initiative for what it's worth. But you'll now re-roll initiatives, aren't you? Okay.
And this. Oh, yes!
We all rolled well.
Okay, so Fenn, you kick the door down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move this around so it's top of the round. So Aldred, you're behind Fenn as he kicks the door in, so I'm going to say that your action is readying something in case a goblinoid comes out, yeah?
Yeah, it would have been,
okay.
yeah.
So Fenn, you're next. So this opens out into another sleeping area. Another 6-ish... Oh, okay, cool. All right, great. Cheers, Bit Defender. Another 6-ish beds and what have you. There are 2 figures in here. One looks to be a greyish-looking dwarf, and the other you recognise from a fight in the Yawning Portal. It was a human that was having a fight with a half-orc in there. If you remember, that all kicked it off.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
They're using pieces of the furniture to barricade this top door that you can see, and they're having an argument and talking in undercommon, and kind of the human is kind of pushing the dwarf and clearly remonstrating, though you don't really know exactly what the argument was. So the door that they were kind of blockading isn't the door that you're kind of pushed open. They kind of like turn and look at you, and they're like, shit, and they kind of start to scrabble to get their weapons out.
The hell's going on in here?
Oh, we're just washing the place. I know you. You're from the portal. The half-orc, the human bandit says.
And I draw my cutlass.
I mean, it could be friendly, but okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you draw your cutlass. That's a free action.
And I charge the bandit.
Okay, so that's Krentz.
So do they have a light source then, I'm assuming?
There is a small light source, yeah. They've got a little lantern burning.
Are they having that?
It's burned quite low. It's probably only got 18 seconds left. Who knows? Yeah. Okay.
It's fine on board fence.
Okay, so you race over to him.
And I attack him with my cutlass.
Okay.
And taking their prisoners.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Oh, finally.
He goes straight down. He's like,
Instant death.
you kind of like you race in. You're like, what a slice, and it kind of chops across his chest. Anything else?
Can I roar and roll an intimidation at the dwarf? Or is that cast as another action?
That would be another action. Yeah, you can roar.
I'll roar then.
Yeah, okay. The dwarf steadies himself, ready to go at you. He's a pale dwarf.
orcs.
He's not a normal dwarf. He's a pale dwarf. You recognise him as being a Durgar.
Oh, I made the right decision.
Okay. Ode.
Oh god, he's other fellow's already dead. I said to the dwarf, what business do you having down here? Short stuff?
You say that in dwarf.
No, common, because I can't speak dwarvish.
Oh yeah, okay.
Or in the common.
He's getting ready to fight you. He pays no attention to you.
Yeah. You don't speak the language.
Oh, I also called him short, but
Yeah.
okay. You killed the wrong person first.
They were fighting a half-orc before, so I finished the fight.
Well, if you're unsure about fighting, why don't you step into the room? Oh, he's doing something.
Ah.
Was that a melee attack?
Are you moving yourself?
Yeah,
Are you in the room?
You're in the other
I
room.
thought I was.
You're not. Move your
I thought I
character.
was.
Yeah, okay. And then you have a go at him, and he kind of ducks down out of the way. Okay. Anything else?
Too short. No, let's move along.
Okay, he is dead. And that is a action. He's not really going to have time. Boom. What's he on? No, he kind of swings at you, Ode, with his pick. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, hitting you. And doing...
Oh!
These guys roll well. I should probably disable that max damage mod. And then, well, there's not masses he can do, actually, and he's not going to leave your space. So he's settling in, ready for a battle. He's like,
now it's time for Aldred to come up with something clever while those thugs just run in and hit things.
You notice that they both got the red, kind of like cloth attached to their shoulders of the red gang.
Okay. Don't want to use that spell slot yet because I feel like there's still more in store for us. Frostbite will be useless because he's a dwarf. Let's go for a firebolt. Whoa, mouse, calm down.
Ooh.
Yeah, I expected as much. That's about the extent of what I can do, to be honest. I'll just take another step back.
Yep. Okay.
And take cover.
Yeah.
How many spaces is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I only use 5. Cool. That's me.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Combat tracker.
Fenn.
So I will step over this and try and slash him with my cutlass.
Okay.
I'll try
You
and
got
get...
sneak attack in from that?
Yeah, because you're there.
Yeah, you're adjacent.
If you hit. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Ow. So describe what happens.
As I step over him, I'm just fed up because of these stupid goblins that's still on my mind. and while Ode is distracting him, I just cleave him right across the throat, like that.
You try to get him across the throat, but unfortunately he's a bit shorter than you're used to, and you kind of slice across his forehead.
Oh.
Blood starts to drip down into his eyes. He kind of like wipes it out of the way. Anything else, Fenn?
No.
Okay, Ode.
Ode is... are they both dead? No, they're not.
No, he's still
No,
alive.
he's not dead
Take
yet.
a poke at this fella.
You could try and non-lethally attack him, could you now?
Yeah, but I can't understand what he's saying. And he is just a Duragar.
He's got a name though.
Oh.
You lunge in and
Ode
he kind of
just doesn't care.
he smashes your kind of like rapier away with his war pick.
We're taking the
Oh,
first
right.
American explorer's approach to things. Kill first, after explode.
Do you know what? I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, this is the plot of Pocahontas all over again.
They are kidnappers. Alleged kidnappers.
I mean, we don't know what they've done. They could just been hiding from goblins for all we know. Probably not, but you know.
Okay, there's not masses he can do. He's like backed into a bit of a corner, but he's gonna. Now let me think. Ode didn't hurt him. Fenn did, so he's gonna have a go at Fenn with his war pick. Oh, slices into you, smashes into you, doing 6 points of damage. It kind of like gets you on the top of your thigh with his war pick, digs into your orcish skin. He screams.
Stuff. Oh, what does he scream?
I don't know what it means.
Aldred's laughing away to himself around the corner.
Let's 1, 2, and we'll take another pot shot at him. See, neither of my cantrips are that good for fighting dwarves, I realise now. He's swearing back at him.
Yep.
This probably ain't gonna work though. Whatever. Oh!
Oh,
So much for this ain't gonna work.
Ode, you're kind of like feel the heat as it kind of lashes straight past you and smashes into Zemk. His beard starts to flame.
Oh Jesus, he's still alive.
Oh yeah, he's
He's
still
got a
alive.
hit point.
Okay, I'm gonna just roll with that in character there. I was gonna be like, that felt good, and then when he's still standing there, I'm just like shocked and still standing in place.
Yep, okay. Fenn. His beard's on fire. The door behind him seems to be like crackling away a little bit. And he kind of like is still there though.
Attack him again.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I like
Goddamn
that.
dwarf.
Oh!
I get some more extra damage dice, don't I? 'Cause I'm a half.
Yes, you get double your weapon and double your sneak attack.
That can't be true. That's bullshit. You're
No, it's
making this
only
up.
one.
You're
Yeah,
making
you
this up.
double all
Making it up.
dice.
Making it
No,
up.
it's only
damage
one
dice.
dice. It's
You-
only one dice.
I know you guys play a game of what rules do we think we can get past Paul, but you know.
You can
It's
roll
all,
one
it's
of
all
them.
damage
additional
dice,
time.
isn't it?
No, it's one additional dice. You can roll one of your weapons' damage dice one additional time. So how do I do that?
We'll just do it manually.
Yeah, right. So I'll
Are
do
you
my
sure?
normal.
Because crits definitely apply to smites. I
Yeah,
know
I've
that
got
for
the
a
player's
fact.
handbook here. It says. Oh, I didn't mean to do that twice. Why did it do that?
But what would be the point in taking the assassin?
But I did that
skill tree?
automatically. I didn't have to do anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool like that. But what would be the point in taking the assassin tree if crits didn't double your sneak attack dice? The whole class would be really shit then.
So savage attacks is when you score a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice one additional time and add it to the extra damage of the critical hit.
Oh, that's just my crit. No, I need
Yeah,
to
that's
roll
your crits. You
another
need to roll
D8.
another one. Yeah.
Well, that's my
Oh,
sneak
he's
attack.
down. He's dead.
That's my sneak attack, and I get to do another one.
He's dead.
But he's dead. There's no point.
Well, no, let's just see how many bits of gore hit you.
I can't just roll a normal D8. I don't know how to do it.
If you pick a D8 up and just drop it on him, then that should.
No, but it's not doing out. It's not doing out.
I'll just roll it in the chat then.
One. That was worthwhile.
Fenn clearly is taking out anger issues on on the Durgar and kind of like absolutely lacerates him, smashes into him. I missed your fucking throat last time. I'm getting your fucking throat this time. Stab him several times. It's just like a blooded carcass, a blooded shitting custard carcass as Fenn goes to town. Ode and Aldred, you're not all surprised. You know, this is how he eats, frankly.
I'll say to Aldred, nice firebolt.
Thank you.
Impressive.
How did you do that?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to do that.
Orc
And,
blood. Times.
Now, if I
think the rule. Yeah, the rule you're reading for damage dice is if it's like a great sword, you'd only roll an extra d6 rather than 2d6.
And I was reading savage attacks. When I
Yeah,
score
yeah.
a critical with a melee weapon attack, you can roll one of the weapons dice additional one time.
I thought you were just talking about crits.
No, I got this is additional to my crit.
This is your orc stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Okay, so the dead bodies are in there, and you see the two doors. The door that they were trying to shove kind of and barricade against is this top door. So there's like a few beds, and you can see that there's a blanket shoved underneath the door as if it's like a draft excluder. Clearly, it must be a bit cold.
Can we loot the bodies and see if there's anything incriminating on them as to what they were doing here?
Yeah.
There's a full set of notes about a role-playing game that they were thinking about playing.
It's called Cubes and Caverns.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, neither of them carry anything incriminating or valuable, for that matter.
Yeah.
Not even lamp oil.
No, lamp. Though you do get a lantern. Mark up a lantern, Aldred.
Lantern.
I need to mark off both my aisles.
Yeah, okay. So can we... So there's one door they've been barricading and one door they've not.
Yeah, so the lower door is not barricaded, the upper door is barricaded.
Let's look at the non-barricaded one. Someone else with more hit point credentials, open it.
I'll have a look at it. Lower door. Okay.
Okay. Okay? So this will be useful actually for undermounting. So what's your standard operating process when you get to a door?
Listen.
Okay, so perception roll. You don't hear anything beyond.
I'm readying an action to attack whatever inside, unless it looks like Floon.
Okay.
I open the door.
There's a corridor heads downwards.
Fenn, did you say the other top one was locked?
10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
No, the top one's been barricaded. Do you want to finish barricading that and then explore down here?
Let's unbarricade it, and then have a look.
So you're going to unbarricade it.
I'm going to go listen at the door first.
Yeah, I think that's a bad idea.
Okay, perception check, please.
Oh no, you've got good perception though, don't you?
Yeah. 15.
Is it? Is it that good?
I got a +6 on perception.
Oh wow. I swear, Fenn is half orc, half elf.
Half inquisitive.
You hear like a noise.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good.
And the bottom of the door where the cloth has like been jammed underneath it is starting to look a little bit wet.
Should we barricade the door back up?
Burn it.
I mean, you don't have any oil left.
Actually, I don't. That's a good point.
Let's just barricade the door and GTFO, I think.
Yeah.
Let's leave them bodies piled against us, so whatever does come through, we'll be preoccupied with eating them.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Yeah.
Take an inspiration. Oh no, because you haven't used the one you've got already.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so you get the bandit, and then you get the dwarf, and
Yeah. So if anything does make it through, it'll be busy. And then we'll head back to the Ode's door.
Yes, let's head down there.
okay. Okay, so this is let me just get this right. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So you can see down to like about here. So the corridor goes down there, and there's a set of steps, and it opens out into a larger room, but you can't see the whole of the larger room at the moment. Let's just chill the beans a little bit here.
Chill your beans, Ode.
Well, can you go back to the top, please?
Okay.
You see a dragon at the end of the hallway. Oh, you see something at the end of the hallway.
You see a tall figure, broad shoulders, tusks coming up again, in the centre of the room, and he's got a fire around his hand, very similar to how Aldred was holding a firebolt spell, and he's in front of him. There is on his knees, a humanoid. You kind of can't tell the colour of the hair, but it's kind of long, flowing hair.
Yeah.
And you can see that the tall figure is kind of like clearly trying to intimidate the figure that's held down.
That's Floon.
I've not got anything of range. So, Aldred, do you want to go at this?
Let's get some initiative rolls to start with.
I'm assuming he's noticed us because we do shed a light source.
Yes,
into the
absolutely.
room.
Yeah. As soon as you come around that corner.
Yeah. Not bad initiative.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to roll that. Sorry, ignore that.
Oh,
Ignore that.
Did you just recover some health? Probably.
Did not mean to do that.
Yeah,
You
okay.
just wounded yourself.
Yeah, no, he's healed himself by accident.
Alright.
You'd taken 10 damage, am I right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
right. Yeah, I forgot we're all.
What spells do I have prepped? Not very good ones. I don't even have Mage Armor prepped. I couldn't have cast it anyway.
Okay. So this figure sees you, and kind of interlopers, he shouts. But then, as he's kind of gathering his wits, you see a smallish. What's the move on these things? Speed is 40, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You see a smallish creature that looks like a brain with legs.
Oh no!
Comes pounding out of the darkness and kind of like starts to kind of come towards you like a little brain-sucking Chihuahua Yorkshire Terrier style.
God damn it, Paul! You are actually trying to kill us here.
And then, because it goes
It might be
5,
friendly.
10, 15, 20, 25. So you'd be there. It kind of like gets to there in front of you, and then this figure kind of gets to act, but he's slightly, whoa, what's going on? What's going on here? Then he gathers his wits about him, but no, I'll give you a bit of opportunity with that. So he's still gathering his wits. So Aldred, you've seen the intellect devourer. You immediately recognise it for what it is. Come racing up.
Well, I was going to save the spell slot, but this is definitely called for. I'm just going to go straight magic missile.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's no point in shield spells with this. Just don't use profanity. Right, yeah, okay. This probably isn't even going to kill it, but you guys have to act fast. Ooh, not bad. I should do this more often. Man, that's only wounded. Not even the red wounded. Heavy, good. So just... I panic and immediately just put my wrist back and throw some magic missiles at it. And what else can I do?
Panic.
Do you know? I would back up. Like that's something I'm seriously. But I don't know. Like, do you know what? Like, forget the mechanics. I think Aldred would actually just back the hell up if he could and get out of there.
Yeah, you can squeeze past.
Squeeze past me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And I guess they're
Okay. Move us along.
freaked the F out.
Bo's never seen one of these in his life, so he's going to attack him.
Oh, and that's my last spell. I think that was well spent, though. I would say that's well spent. Use your inspiration! Use your inspiration! Okay.
Yeah, so you lean down at this yapping terrier-like brain,
Yeah.
and kind of like slice at it with your rapier, trying to pin it down. Okay, roll damage.
That's reasonable.
Resisted it?
Yeah. So you kind of like pierce it, but it's like this brain is made out of something tougher than you imagined. You know, when you smashed brains before, they like just get smashed, but this is clearly like got some like stuff on it, and you can't quite get your rapier in as much as you thought you could do. Okay, move us along a little.
Maybe next time I should pick it up and throw it.
Yeah, let's try that. Fair.
Use your inspiration. Use your inspiration.
Can I attack it from there?
Can
he shoot it from there?
Yeah.
What with my cutlass?
I mean, you've got a hand crossbow that you can just flip out, don't you? Or is it a full crossbow?
It's a light crossbow.
Yeah, so you'd be using disadvantage for firing in melee.
Yeah. But can I attack it with a melee weapon?
Yeah. Do you like coming around the corner and trying to get at it? I'll give it like half cover.
Okay. Are you going to use inspiration?
Yeah, I'll just roll with advantage.
So it's got an AC of 15 now.
Okay. So, alright, just in case it says it hit and then we don't actually hit.
Yeah.
Well, he can roll with advantage and give himself a -2 would be the thing.
I still miss.
Yeah, so you miss. Yeah. Okay, so you're kind of like trying to get around the corner at it, but don't manage to. Okay, do you want to move us along?
And I'll move back out. I don't know what the hell this thing is.
Okay. Alright, 5, 10, 15. You hear a guttural, quite fearful voice, kind of like out in the darkness, much further than you can kind of see, and it says this. 2 seconds. Oh, sorry.
Is it going to be in common?
Dark and guttural, I don't think so. It's in undercommon or in deep speech, I'm assuming. This is a lot of typing. Is it something you can say in 6 seconds?
Yeah. Oh, what?
I can read it.
I can't read that.
Then you hear a noise as if a door opened. Okay. Right, so this thing is... It's just going to have a go at Fenn. So it kind of like jumps at you. Yeah. Well, it would make a yapping noise in my head. And it attacks you with its...
Oh, what?
Did it crit?
It crit.
Again, you've crit 3 times.
Oh, no.
Dying.
You're incapacitated, are you?
Is it dying?
That's incapacitated.
Yeah.
It's gonna eat your brain.
Right.
Conscious.
So let's see. This is our intellect. So it can't do that yet because it's an action. But it can see. Can it see you?
Save me, Aldred.
You go down, so then it moves to there, and then I think what it's going to do is...
Our healer's gone down.
Your healer without any healing spells left.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it'll do this. Yeah, against Fenn.
What? It gets 2 actions?
Yeah. You feel this kind of like wave of kind of mental energy bang against your head, like almost as if somebody's got your skull and just squeezed it really hard. But you kind of, whatever, you can manage to fight it off.
Who'd have thought Half-Orc intelligent enough to fight out?
You take it over, brave Fenn.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're reading this again wrong. You forced a save of 11, but the DC was 12.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
so you
12
failed
'cause my
actually.
intellect-
Yeah, you failed.
Isn't the DC's 12 because my intellect's 12?
No, the DC's 12, but you rolled an 11, didn't you? So you failed it. You failed the save. Yeah, we do read these things wrong.
Thanks, mine.
So you take how much damage?
Is he down?
No, I'm up. I'm still alright.
Right, so let me just check how this works, and then it's on a failure roll 3d6. Oh, okay, cool.
Does it get? So it gets more than one attack around?
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
So I roll 3d6. Is that higher than your intelligence out of interest?
Yes.
Okay, you're stunned.
Ah!
So let me get my effects, and you are.
That's really high.
stunned.
3d6, 15.
It's a really tough monster. But this whole session, this whole adventure's over.
This whole session is GM rolling really
Yeah, I'm glad that I'm just rolling dice into the chat box and not doing it behind the screen. So then this guy is quite confident. He just kind of like strides forward to about there, and then seeing you guys in dire straits and quite enjoying himself.
It's all on you now, Aldred. You need to kill this thing.
Yeah. So advantage.
Release what was ever trapped in that door, and then we can just like let them fight it out.
I don't think that's a good idea.
It's probably enough for one of these things.
Yeah, something ridiculous like that. Yeah, I'm convinced this is for the game ends, guys. It's been nice playing.
Magic missile it. Guaranteed attack.
I don't have any more spell slots.
Oh
So
no!
God.
Grab me and
Oh
run.
my god, that misses too!
No, it hits.
No hit.
Did it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got really low AC.
Oh, good. Oh, it had a 15 AC when it got
Yeah, when it had cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right. But still, this is probably not going to do sufficient damage.
What are you attacking? Oh, fireball.
It's a firebolt, so it's not got.
Man. Ooh.
Oh!
Yes.
Oh!
Good for that.
Oh!
There's gonna be another 4 of them. Right corner.
So it crumples down in a steaming heap. Okay, anything else?
Oh, I am. He's like still freaked. He's not entirely sure if it's dead, so he's going here and taking
Am I
the
still
defensive
stunned?
stance.
Yeah, your intelligence score is reduced to 0 and you're stunned. And Aldred, you know he's going to remain stunned until he regains at least 1 point of intelligence.
How the hell do I do that?
I got a clue.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's really high level stuff. This whole fight's done, I think.
Are you running away?
I'll try and fight him, but he's an orc with a name. In fact, I can't run away because he'll move the same speed as me, but then he'll move and attack at the same action.
You can run and hide.
So Ode, you roll a successful death save.
Oh,
Oh, how do I take away my inspiration? Not like that's going to matter anytime soon.
So Fenn, you are stunned.
So no save.
No, there's no save or anything. That guy does that. He goes. Delete that. Yeah. Okay. Delete that token. Yep. I think I'll delete him from here as well. Okay. That's dead. So this creature kind of walks up to there and starts to kind of prod Fenn with his foot.
Ode.
Ode with his foot. Yeah. Aldred.
This fight is so over.
You've still got 9 hit points left.
That's like one good hit for him, I'm sure.
I need a greater restoration or wish spell.
I know. Oh, you've really thrown a way too difficult monster against us.
This book, it's
I
a book.
predicted the book.
Oh, that's not charge rate 2. Save yourself, Aldred. Run. Run and hide. And hire some new people.
I don't have a lot of options here, guys. Let's do the spell that's failed me so far. What position do I need to move into to try and hit him?
Probably a diagonal right.
There?
A diagonal, so up one.
Up one, okay. Right, this ain't gonna go well. Let's try and hit him with a frostbite. Did it fail? Yeah, it failed.
Yeah, so he succeeded there.
And run.
Okay, anything else?
No. So, what characters do you want to play for the new campaign, guys?
Roll perception, Aldred.
To see my impending doom.
Ooh, Ode failed a death save.
I mean, it failed to save.
There's no definitive thing about that. It's just some things say you gain it after a long rest. Others say you need great restoration, so I don't know.
I'll have a look at it.
Oh, it's such a tiz, right? Okay, there it is. Perception.
Leave that.
Aldred, release the beast from behind that other door and run.
You can hear talking in common coming from the other direction.
What, behind, from where we came?
Yeah. I think they must be down here.
Oh. Well then. How much movement did I use there? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's not really much place I can go. I'll just I guess move there. And that'll be my turn. We've already passed my turn anyway, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see a figure come into the room. You immediately recognise Raynar.
Oh. I have never been so glad to see a Neverember.
He leaves you then, if you're going to be like that. And behind him, there are a number. Let's just say that this is the City Watch. I need to add them to the combat tracker as well. So let's add him to the combat tracker.
Well, he's not normally in this
actually,
challenge rating fight. They've come to rescue us.
There's a little bit like that, yeah. Though in fairness, it kind of does allow. I
should hope so, considering the intellect devourer.
Oh come on!
Come on, that thing does so much.
Yeah. You guys are gonna have to find enough gold for the rest of the campaign now for palliative care for. Oh,
there you go. And
for Fenn, sorry.
This comes in. Oh come on! There's got to be a way to do this.
Oh, have you failed one, Ode?
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So they come
Yes,
in
failed
that
one.
initiative. Okay, so now it's you, Fenn, and you're still stunned, and then this guy is waiting to get past everybody, and he kind of comes racing to there. Yeah, to there. Ah! And he has a go at this guy. Hits. And does damage.
Did he just roll max again?
Yeah.
What God's sake?
Daddy killed him in one hit!
I thought it would be going to be way harder than that.
Well, yeah, there you go. I think the intellect devourer is the damage dealer.
The boss.
Yeah, in that fight. He kind of goes down, and then he kind of goes, "Shit, this isn't so great," and chucks a healing potion down the throat of Fenn, and down the throat of Ode as well. And then everybody wonders what's up with Ode. So what?
What's up with Fenn? Because Fenn's stunned, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get you guys mixed up. I don't quite know why. So this is for
Sounds like Ben.
Ode.
Yeah, I think that's it.
You gain 13 points, so that'll put you on to 4.
I don't think healing's going to help me.
No, it doesn't. And he's kind of slightly confused, and then sees the intellect devourer. And he's like, right. What are you doing, guys? You're out of initiative as well, by the way.
I'm having a nice sleep. I have 0 intelligence.
Aldred's legs are just unsteady, and he just kind of does that. You know when that exasperated, when you just fall and sit on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. The kind of city watch kind of race in, kind of like to here, and kind of like through there as well.
Oh, what was another enemy?
No, that's Floon.
Yeah, that's Floon.
Ah.
It's Falketeer, the real boss of this dungeon.
Okay. Raynor says, Aldred, we...
It's really sort of like woefully or feebly. I want to go back to the skewered dragon.
Yeah. I think we do need to think about party composition and your tactics, because you kind of like walk straight into it, really.
What else were we supposed to do with that one? It was a hallway, one-way entrance.
Yeah, no.
They were charging at us.
So that's not
another creature.
That's not a criticism particularly, but as a group, we need to think about how we run this if we're going to do it in this way, because you were a player down at least. Anyway, Raynor says, Aldred, we managed to locate you through a locate object spell on your signet ring. That gave us a general direction, and then we found this place. Floon. He kind of goes over and embraces his fellow. I think I can probably sort Fenn out. I'm sure that I have contacts in the city that can resolve this. Though actually he looks quite cute, dribbling away as he is.
His eyes go
this guy's gonna get all the credit now for rescuing Floon. We did half the legwork.
I mean, I would say the intellect of Era alone, 3/4 the legwork.
Yeah.
But you know, I was going to write a song where he gets all the credit.
Yeah. What are you doing, guys?
Rolling.
Yeah.
Lord Neverember, we better make haste. There's something behind that other door, and it's trying to get
I
out.
don't really want to find out.
Okay. So what? You're gonna exit?
We're gonna exit with Floon, and I guess we're gonna have to lead Fenn.
Yeah. So you'll get picked up. Yeah. Absolutely. And you kind of head your way back out through to the ledge where the main entrance is. Then you head south, and you kind of head into a small. There's like a concealed passageway that you can see there, and you squeeze through that out into a hostel on Spicer Street in the Dock Ward, and it's a real quite tight squeeze to get into there. And there's a set of small, even small for halflings, young halflings, and they're waiting. Raynor kind of pats them on the head and kind of gives them a few gold, and you see that they've got little, really kind of crudely drawn pictures of a black dragonborn, and they're like, we're the Oxtails, we're coming to help. We helped, didn't we? We did good, didn't we? We did good. And so yeah, you did really good, and kind of pats them along, and they scamper off. And you're taken back out through this hostel into the dock ward, where there's more of the city watch gathered out there as well. And you got Floon with you, and he gets a healing potion, and more healing potions are distributed to you guys as well. So you recover all of your wounds. What are you doing, guys?
What time of the day is this? And
it's early morning, so it's dawn, and the city's just starting to wake up.
Right.
Ode wants to go to bed.
Well, let's find.
You're covered in filth, and you are tired.
We want a hot bath and then bed. and then bed.
Yeah. You directed to the nearest bathhouse, which will be just in the southern ward, outside of Dock Ward, across the city.
I want to stay awake just long enough to get Floon back to Volo, and then I'll attend to myself.
Okay. The rest of you guys go, and Fenn's kind of like
I'm stood exactly where I'm left.
Yeah. You carried out, and they put Fenn onto a cart, and they says, "Take him." And Reynard says, "I'll cover the costs." Okay. Where are you going to head to? What the Yawning Portal?
Did he give us any? Is that where you're staying? Is that like an inn as well?
No, it's not an inn. It's just a tavern. But that's kind of where he said that he would be.
Right. Let's do that then, and I will. Can I purchase some commoner's clothes to change out of into?
Not really at this time.
Oh. Then I'm going to take off my shoes. I'm going to do the best I can to wash my feet, at least.
Yeah, okay.
And, yeah. I'm going to turn up at the Yawning Portal looking pretty sorry for myself.
Yeah. And who's going with? Ode, are you going with?
I'd want a bath first.
Okay. Well, there's a bathhouse in Southern Ward.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and Fenn, you get carted off to the mental institution to recover. Okay, so we don't need that map. So let me delete. Hold on. Okay, you get to the Yawning Portal. Aldred, and it's kind of like been chucking out time. Volo is at a table with a slightly bitter smelling black coloured drink in front of him, and is wafting in the fumes of it. You kind of enter. There's a few people sleeping on the tables, and Durnan's putting the chairs up, and there's a few of the maids generally tidying away. Some of the barmen and the young lads helping out there as well. Volo's got bloodshot eyes and just looks tired. He kind of stands with you. You taking Floon with you?
Yeah, he shouldn't look as tired as me.
Yeah. Floon races over, and they embrace, and Volo's like, "Oh, Floon, I'm so worried of you. Come, have some of Adran's hot black juice." And kind of Durnan pours a couple of cups of this brew that tastes remarkably like coffee, but it's a new import from Port Nyanzu, and you kind of start to drink it, and it feels restorative. You feel kind of like slightly sharper as the caffeine hits the spot.
Does it suppress one level of fatigue?
Yeah, that's exactly what it does, and it allows you to function in early mornings. Volo is elated that Floon is there, and then looks at you and my Lord Eltorchul. Now, I confess, I have but a few coins to spare.
I do not want to hear this right now.
But
you can see me. I'm the one in the best shape after this little misadventure.
Well, never let it be said that Volo reneges on a promise. Now allow me to present you with something that's much more valuable than 100 gold pieces. He holds out a scroll tube. This is the deed to a remarkable property here in Waterdeep. We'll need a magistrate to witness the transaction and transfer of ownership. But look, I'll sort that out. Troll Skull Alley. That's where it is. Troll Skull Manor in Troll Skull Alley. It
sounds like a friendly neighbourhood.
he doesn't get the irony of that at all. It's like, yeah, it is. It's really good. I mean, I'll introduce you to the people around the place. I bought it because have I told you about my new book that I'm working on? Volotham Geddarm's Guide to Spirits and Spectres, not Sceptres, Spirits and Spectres. It's going to be fantastic. Now, there are some rumours of a haunting, but look, just don't let that bother you. So look, I tell you what. You do stink, actually, don't you? Oh my, Floon. He didn't touch you over here, did he? Oh, he like starts to pat down Floon, clean him off a little bit, and like, oh my dear young man. But okay, you go and get yourself cleaned up, Lord Eltorchul, and what shall we meet? Shall we meet back here later today, and we can sort the transfer of ownership out?
Later. Tomorrow, with this whole adventure's taken all night. And I'm going to roll insight. How much bull? I don't get to find out how much bull he's talking about this place.
Are you gonna open up the scroll tube and have a look at the deed?
Yeah, I'm opening it up, and I'm can I insight all the stuff he just said, and like how much is he actually bigging this place up when it's not that good?
Well, you're slightly pissed off anyway, so you're probably in a downer on the situation. But the deed looks legit. It's in what, North Ward, so it's not a bad area. You probably know Troll Skull Alley around it. There's certainly some bigger properties there. But
is it an affluent area or not?
It's kind of like the middle class / professional area.
Right, that's not so bad.
But not all buildings are fantastic in there. But it's certainly not the docks or Field Ward or anything like that. And Troll Skull Manor must be pretty grand in that area, surely.
One would hope.
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll meet him tomorrow. I'll gather my companions as well, but we'll meet him not today, but tomorrow at noon, I guess I say to him.
Yeah.
Just to give us time to recover.
Yeah, okay, cool. Fenn, you come to your senses in the temple of Timora. So in this lovely gold lit space, it's almost like you shake off your head from a dream, and the priestesses and the priests treat you there. Everybody fully recovers. Ode, you're down at the bathhouse. You soak and soak and soak, and eventually kind of wearily make your way back up along the main road and through into the Eltorchul Academy and Villa, and all rest.
Can Fenn now carry a symbol of Timora?
Yeah. For a small donation.
Now.
For a small donation.
Oh yeah, they cost stuff, don't they?
How much?
Well, Lord Neverember has covered your costs, so they'll let you have one for 5 gold.
Okay, I'll pay that.
Do they cost that much in the player's handbook?
They're like 20 odd gold, aren't they? Holy symbols.
Are they?
Yeah.
5 dragons.
5 dragons.
There once was a merry noble asked to take a quest. He came out of the sewers.
Actually, there's no cost attached to them. But anyway, it's going to cost you a donation of 5 gold.
That's fine.
No, it should be.
He assumes they've saved his life. How do you spell Timora? Tymora.
Tymora.
I got it right first. Yeah, he's slightly traumatized by that.
Yeah.
I would be too.
To add to his list of previous traumas already.
Yep. Okay. The next, I'm guessing you're going to be recovering yourselves for the rest of the day. Fairly early the next morning.
All holy symbols cost 5 gold.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah.
Cool. There's going to be 5 gold anyway. Early in the morning, a steward comes to the villa and asks audience with Lord Eltorchul.
Early in the morning that we've just come back from this horrific adventure.
No, the next day. The next day.
That's fine. That's fine then.
I'm here on the instructions of Lord Neverember and his companion Floon, surname I really am not going to look up.
McFloon.
Floon McFloon.
His common friend, Floon.
Yes.
I heard it's called Floony McFloon face.
That's what you can call him. And he hands he's got a little satchel and then like a small sack. My lord, I am requested to provide to you these contents which were retrieved from the location that you rescued Lord Neverember's companion, Floon. Please accept it as part recompense for the travails that you must have gone through. He's like reciting it out rather than doing it in a genuine way. He's like reciting what has been told, and he kind of like bows and heads out. There is a spell book.
Oh, I'll take that.
And then there's a small chest within which there are 2 potions. You count out 16 gold pieces, 82 silver pieces, and 250 copper pieces.
Sorry, I'll need to write that down and add it later. What was the number of money?
16 gold, 82 silver, 250 copper. I'll add it as a parcel in any case.
Are you writing that down, Aldred, on your one?
82 silver and how many coppers?
250. I'll do the old...
Divide it at the end.
Oh yeah, I'll just add it to your kind of like
Cool.
character sheet stuff.
Cheers.
How do I add more items to the inventory again?
Well, when I give you the treasure, that'll do it.
Right.
Yep. Okay. And in the spell book, you very quickly scan, and you see the spells: Burning Hands, Disguise Self, False Life, Shield, Unseen Servant, and Witch Bolt.
Okay, that's a lot. Can you text me them or slow it down later?
I'll add it to the thingamabob. And the potions, you taste them very quickly, and they are restorative potions of healing, which again I will add. Okay. Fenn is back.
Oh, hey, he returns.
Did
I want
write
to
a
talk
bath.
about
Has written a ballad while in the baths.
Let's hear it.
There was once a merry noble asked to take a quest. He came out of the sewers and did not look his best. There also was a brain on legs. He went right through the half-orc mind and left only the dregs.
I like it.
And then there was a bard.
And take a point of inspiration.
I would do, but I've already got them.
I know.
We should really start using them.
I've used
Oh my
mine.
god, I've got the lucky feet as well!
After all that. I used mine.
I could have not been hit by like...
So many things.
Yeah.
I don't know what the assignment does. But,
Wow. I've never ever seen you not use lucky feet.
Yeah.
I'm not in Darian mode. I completely forget this guy has it.
But you're still in Martin mode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're not in Martin mode.
You did take dodge actions throughout, didn't you?
I did take dodge actions, and I did point out stuff that was detrimental to us, and in fairness to the GM, so I am still in my mode, yeah.
Yeah. So I think I have awarded that to you. On the
did we
party
get EXP?
sheet. Okay, well, now we haven't finished yet, have we? What time are we on?
Right.
Oh shit, it's 11 o'clock. Yeah, we are.
Yeah, it's 11 o'clock.
I didn't realise it was quite so late. So we are going to wrap up there. Okay. Let's just check. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So that's the end of chapter 1. So let's get some XP on the badger.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't even know we had a party sheet.
It's actually pretty good.
We have a party sheet?
Yeah.
What does this new spellbook look like, by the way? Is it like leather bound,
Yeah.
draggy, or
Yeah. So if you click on it, it'll tell you kind of, it's 100 pages, leather bound, pretty standard spell book.
Okay, it doesn't look as fancy as mine.
No, it doesn't look as fancy as yours. Right, so let's have a look at this then. So, is this the one? No, okay. I'll do it on encounters, I bet. Encounters, yes. Here we go. So, you did this.
If we don't level after killing that,
that
brain on legs, I'm going to be upset because it's CR2.
231 to level up.
Each,
you
though.
did that.
Yeah.
And you did these guys. And you did this. And you did this.
Is Quest DXP a thing?
Yeah, a little bit. And you did this, even though you didn't actually fight it, you managed to kind of defeat the encounter with ingenuity. And then you did this. And yeah, I'll let you take the fall for that because it was fun. And then you get that. So I want to award it. Oh, I wonder if I need to untick this and then award it. Let's try it that way. Award. Oh yeah, there you go.
There we go. Level 3. That was a big jump, actually. How much experience was that?
It says there, 3,925.
Yeah.
Where are we?
Oh, hold on a minute. This has still got Gilbert in the party as well, so it'll divided by 4. But then technically I should distribute some of the XP in the final battle to Raynar because he was a participant, so I'm going to leave it as it is. I will need to work out how to get rid of
leveled
him.
Up.
Yeah, leveled up.
Delete item. Yeah, there we go. That's how you get rid of him. Okay, cool. Excellent. Welcome to level 3, boys.
Second level spells.
And I feel much more comfortable and confident with Fantasy Grounds now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's getting quicker.
Much more comfortable and confident. So let's see then. So thank you everybody for watching. If you want to see more content, actual plays, then just go to YouTube, and we do 2 campaigns. We have this campaign where the guys have forgotten all of their abilities and don't really understand, and I'm probably not really thinking about the combats because I'm just playing it straight out of the book, but we'll work through that. Roll on undermine. We do Titles and Troubles, which is a more story-based adventure set in the Kingdom of Tethia further south, where they are attempting to unpick themselves from mostly their own family. That's as far as I can tell. But there we have it. And we'll be playing this game next on... What date are we on today? We're on the
27th, is it?
Alright, that would help if it was on the right month. So it's the 27th today, so it would be the 11th of December. I'm assuming everybody can make the 11th of December?
Yeah.
I can't. I don't see why I wouldn't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Circus Hour's the 7th.
That's right.
And this will be the 11th. Yeah.
Okay, so Circus are on the 7th, and we'll be playing some more Waterdeep on the 11th. And the guys are just coming to possession of Troll's Skull Alley. So now it's a lot less prescriptive and much more free-flowing, where we'll start to do a bit more character-based development, see more of the city, and do more of the kind of things that you're... Anything to add, guys?
Well, just thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Thanks for DMing.
You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Cool. Ben's just like, I have to say, actually, I really like the songs. I think the songs are top notch.
Yeah, Ben's really good at coming up with songs if you just give him like 5 minutes.
I'll kill him earlier in the combat then, and see if the quality increases. Fair enough. Okay, cool. Cheers, guys.
We'll still be able to go hello and save the day. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I've stopped streaming. Still recording though, which is good. Okay.